Today, for the first time on an outside podcast, someone from Amazon is actually on as a guest, and they, along with another seller, are going to be talking about tips for newer sellers and a deep dive into programs that you might not know much about, like the Black Business Accelerator. How cool is that? Pretty cool, I think. Are you looking to learn how to sell on Amazon? The Freedom Ticket course made by Kevin King is one of the most popular courses ever created for Amazon sellers. It's got over 90 modules and 40 hours of detailed step-by-step training to help get you started on your entrepreneurial journey. Now, this course costs $997, but Helium 10 actually covers that cost of the course for any Helium 10 member. Find out why tens of thousands of students love this program by going to h10.me/freedom ticket. Don't forget that if you do sign up for a Helium 10 account, don't pay full price. Use our podcast discount code SSP10 to save 10% off for life. Hello, everybody, and welcome to another episode of the Serious Sellers Podcast by Helium 10. I'm your host, Bradley Sutton, and this is the show that's a completely BS-free, unrehearsed, organic conversation about serious strategies for serious sellers of any level in the e-commerce world. And we've got a first, I believe. This is the first time I think ever we're actually having somebody from Amazon on any podcast out there. So this is kind of a historic moment here. We've got somebody from Amazon and also a seller that we're going to get inspired from. So first of all, warm welcome to Patricia and to Tracy. How you guys doing?
Good. How are you? Thank you for having us.
Yeah, I'm doing well as well. Thank you again for having us today. Really excited to talk to you all.
Awesome. Now let's start with Patricia. Like, where are you? Are you in Washington now, or where are you located exactly?
Yeah, I'm here in the Washington D.C. area. I'm actually based out of HQ2 in Arlington, Virginia. So it's awesome to be a part of the East Coast team of Amazon.
Cool. I was thinking for some reason you were in Washington State, so I've already learned something new here. Now, is that where you were born and raised, or where do you come from?
Yeah, actually, I was born and raised in Miami, Florida. So total opposite corner of the United States from Seattle, Washington. But I've been in Washington, D.C. for 12 plus years. And so I would say, D.C. is definitely my home.
And did you go to university out that way, or in Florida, or where?
Actually, I went to a university out in California. I went to Stanford University in Palo Alto.
Cardinal, thus you're wearing the red sweater today. Okay, I see.
Oh yeah, unintentional, but yeah, you're right.
How long you been at Amazon now?
I've been at Amazon now for almost 2 years. I was really fortunate to join the Black Business Accelerator team just as we were launching, and so I'm one of the original team members around BBA.
Were you working at all with anything regarding e-commerce before? Or this is kind of like your first entry into this amazing world of e-commerce.
Yeah, actually, this is my first entry into e-commerce. In my previous life, I worked on public-private partnerships, really supporting nonprofit organizations scale and grow their impact. And so, I'm really excited to be here at Amazon, working with Black-owned businesses, helping them scale and grow their impact.
All right, let's invite now Tracy to introduce herself. Tracy, I think this is the first time I've been talking to you. Where are you located in the world?
So I'm in Charleston, South Carolina.
Excellent. Have I been there? Like I once, a lot of people know this who listen to the podcast. I used to be a Zumba fitness instructor. Like, I know it's kind of hard to believe my current weight, but I was like 70 pounds less before. But anyways, one time I did like this travel, like I got in a van and with my kids, and I traveled to like almost every state, like on a tour doing classes. But I don't think I made it to South Carolina. And is that where you're born and raised, or you moved there later?
Well, this is where all of my family is from. I wasn't born here. I was born in Philadelphia, raised for half the time in New Jersey because my dad was in the service. So we were up in the more northeast, but moved back to Charleston probably like in the early 80s because that's where everybody in our family is from, Charleston. But if you haven't been here, you have to get here. It's a really great city.
It's on my bucket list. That's a guarantee for sure.
Good.
Did you attend university anywhere out that way?
I went to university, actually closer to DC. I went to Hampton University in Virginia.
Oh man, you see, like every time I always ask this question, 95% of the time I know the mascot of it. That's why I asked. It's one of my little personal games I play, but I do not know the mascot there. What's the mascot there?
A pirate. It's Hampton's one of the HBCUs, a historically black college, and ours is the
Hampton
pirate.
Pirates. Yes, I do know of some of those those colleges, but mainly the ones who have like storied football and basketball programs. But
we have a good basketball.
I don't know why I didn't hear about them. They must not be that good, because I do know about a lot of those. All right. Anyways, and so like, how long have you been now in as an Amazon seller here in the e-commerce world?
Oh, we've been on Amazon probably 6 years, about 5-6 years.
Even longer than me. I like it. And was Amazon your first entry into e-commerce, or did you have any like websites or sold on eBay or anything like that before?
Amazon was our first official. We sold on our own, and it got to be too much, and so we switched over to Amazon because we knew Amazon had a more national platform, and it was going to give us better exposure.
Yeah, for sure. So you were just like, you made your own website or something
Right.
before?
Right.
Yeah, like it probably was hard trying to drive traffic there and
Exactly.
stuff like that. That's what we don't have to worry about Amazon. Speaking of which, let's go back to Patricia. Like a lot of the people who listen to us, they're already experienced Amazon sellers. Maybe they've reached some level of success, but we also have some people listening. They come across this podcast because they're not completely sure it's a good move. I think you could have said 100 out of 100 times somebody in Tracy's position, like 5 years ago, 6 years ago, it's like a no-brainer. But then now all of a sudden you hear some people saying, oh man, maybe it's too saturated, or it's not a good opportunity. It's too hard to sign up for Amazon. But like, if one of our listeners out there is on the fence, like what would be your pitch to them about why, hey, this is still a great time to get started on Amazon?
Yeah, I would say one of the biggest things, and Tracy kind of touched a little bit upon it, is, definitely exposure to a number of customers across the United States. One of the other things is just like, Amazon provides a lot of different like support systems for sellers who are just starting to get selling on Amazon. And a lot of those support programs are, will be specialized based off of your needs. So I think, if you're thinking about selling on Amazon, one of the first places I would recommend that you take a look at is, Amazon Small Business Academy. It's actually designed for early stage entrepreneurs who haven't started selling on Amazon, are thinking about it. They're on the verge of really launching their online venture, and there's different pathways and courses that you can take that are specific to your need, and allows you to know, like, hey, am I ready right now to begin selling?
Here at Helium 10, we're all about education for sure. We've made a lot of programs for newer sellers like Freedom Ticket and our Helium 10 Academy. But guys, that's not all that's out there. These things that Patricia mentioned, this is not, you have to pay per video or something. This is all 100% free learning resources for those who want to get started to sell on Amazon. Now, what would be your suggestion to newer people? Like, hey, I'm thinking about doing it. Like, what kind of timeline should I be looking at? Like, what kind of ducks should I have in a row before I go, jump all in?
Yeah, definitely before you jump in all in, you should make sure that you have a product that you're ready to sell on Amazon. Also having, some inventory in place so that when you start selling on Amazon and, customers begin buying, you already have those products ready to really meet their needs. And then from there, really we'll help provide you like with different suites of resources so that you can really understand all the different mechanisms and processes around selling on Amazon, including, understanding Amazon Seller Central. That's where you really, manage your business, how to do quality listings for your products, getting started with Amazon Brand Registry and the Amazon IP Accelerator.
Yeah, that's good. A few years ago when brand registry came out, it was like kind of hard to get it. Like if you're a newer seller, because you would have to wait until you had the full trademark registered, and it would take months and months and months. But now, things are changed. Like even before day one of your selling, you could already have brand registry because they accept the registration process, or the registered number, even if you just applied from USPTO. So guys, those are definitely things that you guys should take in mind. So if you're on the fence, just go ahead and sign up for your Seller Central account. Get started, guys. We have a special forwarding link. It goes to h10.me/Amazon start. That'll take you directly to Amazon to sign up for a Seller Central account. So again, h10.me/Amazon start. If you have not gotten your Seller Central account yet, now is the time to do it. Guys, go check my episode a couple of weeks ago on the Weekly Buzz. I had talked about a new seller incentive program. So there's some interesting details. Once you sign up for your Seller Central account, you'll be able to see some of those details there. There's some incentives for those of you newer sellers. Some of you experienced ones, like maybe Tracy might get a little jealous. We didn't have these things, when we started selling on Amazon, but Amazon is really, trying to make sure everybody knows now is the best time to get started to sell on Amazon. So get started there. Now, going back to Tracy, tell me about your brand, because there's a name in your brand, but it's not your name, right? So how did the brand name come about, and then how did you come up with this concept, and then talk a little bit about it. And first, let me just preempt that too by saying I love people who come on the show and are willing to share their brand. Like Amazon sellers, for some reason, they think they're part of the CIA or something. They don't want anybody knowing about their product they sell or their brand. Or like, yeah, I sell on Amazon. What category? In the products category. They don't want to give any hints. It's crazy. So it's so refreshing to have somebody willing to share some details about their journey. So go ahead and tell us a little bit about that.
Thanks, Riley. Yeah, I'm happy to tell you everything we know about our product. It's called Lilies of Charleston, and obviously because we're from Charleston, South Carolina. And it's named after my great aunt. So this is my dad's mother's sister. And how that came about is really because when Dad was growing up, he spent a lot of time with Aunt Lily cooking in the kitchen and, just kind of camaraderie, family and camaraderie. And so when he was in the service, because she had moved from Charleston when she got married to Philadelphia, we spent a lot of Sunday dinners with her. And we decided that, the second generation, spending time cooking, eating, it was just kind of a revolving door of people coming in on Sundays, family members, friends, church members. That's how we got the slogan. Our slogan is called, "May you never feel unwanted, unloved, or hungry." And all of the recipes are my dad's recipes. So we produce hot sauces, barbecue sauces, and seasoning mixes. And now we're going to be doing seasoned popcorn that has our seasonings on it. So
You're causing me problems, Tracy. 3 days ago was day one of my new diet. I have a coach, paying a lot of money for it. Health is a big thing, for me. For those who don't know, I had a heart attack last year, so I've been trying to focus on my health and stuff. But I'm looking on Amazon right now, and oh my goodness, my mouth is watering here. Let me see if I can. I'm looking at your product here. This hot sauce. I love hot sauce, and these are great product names. Whole Lotta all-purpose spice, and then Hissy Fit all-purpose hot spice. Are you the brainchild behind this, or others in your family? Like who's coming up with these names? This is classic. I love it.
Thank you. Yeah, so a lot of the names are I came up with some. My husband came up with some. So it's all a kind of a family effort, and I promise you won't have to break your diet because all of our products are 100% natural. Those two spices that you showed are very low in sodium, but they have a lot of flavor. And then they're named after the Gullah culture. So because of the Gullah culture, we want to pay homage to that. And that's where some of the names come up with. Like our hot mustard barbecue is called Hab Mussy.
I love it. All right, this is great. Now let's get back to Patricia. Let's talk about the Black Business Accelerator program. I didn't realize that from day one, that's what you've been working on the last 2 years. So you probably are one of the most knowledgeable people in the world on this program. So can you talk a little bit about this program and what it does and some of the benefits?
Yeah, definitely. Really, Amazon in 2021 made a commitment of $150 million over 4 years. to launch the Black Business Accelerator, what we're really focused on is helping build the sustainable growth for Black-owned businesses, specifically product-based businesses. And what we really do is focus on how do we provide them with the capital, business guidance, and mentorship, and marketing support that they need to achieve their goals. I think the thing that I've loved about this program is the fact that we really work closely with the sellers within the Black Business Accelerator to design the program and make updates to it constantly. So we offer like a number of resources. I was really fortunate when my first couple of months at Amazon, getting to engage with Tracy here, who has been a member of the Black Business Accelerator, and who has experienced, a lot of the different resources that we do offer. But some examples of resources as a seller, if you're a Black-owned business, that you can access is access to strategic advisory services. If you are starting to sell on Amazon, you're within Black Business Accelerator, you're able to access, Amazon specialists that are able to answer some on-demand questions, as well as individuals that will support you in really designing, a plan for your growth on Amazon. So really providing, personalized insights and recommendations to help you succeed. We provide a lot of free training and educational support. So this is happening, through monthly connects that we have, working really closely with Amazon Small Business Academy. Also like in-person live events that we've done for the Black businesses in there. Another thing that we're really excited about is the fact that we provide over 3,000 in promotional click credits for sellers who are selling on Amazon through the Black Business Accelerator. Sellers are able to unlock these credits by becoming, a brand registered. So just what, Bradley was talking about, through IP Accelerator, you can definitely submit your trademark, and then that unlocks some credits by becoming advertising ready, launching, your first product campaign, and then joining Fulfillment by Amazon helps you unlock over 3,000 click credits to help you with any of your advertising needs. Sellers can also, if they're brand registered, access Buy with Prime. And so that's the ability to add a widget on your direct to consumer website and get some of the benefits of being an Amazon merchant with FBA, and your customers are able to just purchase through your D2C, but you still get the fast shipping from Amazon. We also provide a lot of different grant opportunities throughout the year. We recognize that access to capital is something that a lot of entrepreneurs and businesses are thinking about, and so we offer different grant programs for the businesses within BBA.
Now, how, if somebody's interested, what's the qualifications? What kind of documentation would you need to look at if somebody's interested to join this program?
Yeah, definitely. So one of the first things that, if you're interested in joining BBA, one of the first things we say is hey, on Amazon.com/BBA, fill out our intake form. In there, we'll ask you to make sure that you have an Amazon professional selling account. And then we'll also ask hey, are you selling a physical product? The Black Business Accelerator is designed for Black-owned businesses that have a product that is ready to sell. Last but not least is that we do ask that all the businesses upload a valid minority-owned certification. There's a number of different agencies that provide support with this. So you can look at, the U.S. system for award management. U.S. Small Business Administration also does it. The National Minority Supplier Development Council also offers these certifications. And then Supplier Gateway is another option. For Supplier Gateway, if any business, needs support in getting this certification, we do provide subsidies for Black businesses to get their certification through Supplier Gateway, so that cost isn't an issue for you to be able to get it.
Let me just share. I was looking at looks like this is another benefit here, but as I was browsing one of the lilies of Charleston peppers here, or spices, let me just share my screen here. I could see that right here on the product page, you have it in very prominent, in a prominent space that it is a Black-owned business here. So that's like right above the ads and everything. So that's kind of a prominent, whereas a lot of the competition might not have that. Back to you, Tracy, for a second here. How long have you been part of this program, and how has it benefited you?
So we've been a part of the program, I want to say maybe like 3 years. We were one of the initial classes when they first started BBA, and so it was an honor to be a part of that class to kind of launch such a really stellar program. They've been like, oh, I mean, I can't even get emotional. It's been like tremendous boost for our business.
That's obviously one program, but I'm sure you're using others. Like I can already tell you that you're definitely using sponsored ads, because I just ran Helium 10 Cerebro on your listing, and I could see that I could even see which keywords that you're targeting. So what other programs are using through from Amazon, like sponsored ads and advertising, etc.?
Yeah, like you said, well, we obviously use Helium 10 as well. And we do, like you said, sponsored ads. We do coupons. We do SEO search engine so that we...
Well, what's your... I'm just curious. What's your coupon strategy? Like do you do it all? Do you have... Is it like evergreen, just so you can always have that, that green sticker that comes up in the search results? Or do you only do it like when you're trying to do a promo or around, special buying days? Or how are you utilizing that?
We do it a couple of ways. So, we do it mostly. We don't do it like all the time. So what we do is when we're trying to push, say, a new product, we definitely do a launch coupon. Sometimes we do a coupon. Sometimes we do dollars off. It just depends on, what the advice actually our Amazon representative gives us. He usually will say, yeah, during football season or during the holidays, people like to see $1 off because they're looking for that dollar amount to, be reduced when they, check out. Or if you want to do a coupon, that's going to attract more attention when we do like your ads. So it's a combination of like going back and forth of how we do money off. And we try to do it strategically around either like barbecue season, football tailgate season, Father's Day is another big day. And maybe sometimes like at the beginning of the year, some of that are more health conscious, like our hot sauce is 45 milligrams of sodium. So we might do something, because that's the time when people are like, oh, got to get back on the diet, so we'll do, it just depends on what time of year it is.
How about what's your way of getting reviews? That's, cause you got some good reviews. I was looking at your products.
Yeah, we actually, most of our reviews are really organic. We don't do a lot of push for reviews because we want the product to kind of speak for itself. And a lot of customers, because our barbecue sauce is unique, South Carolina is known for mustard barbecue. And we do a lot of social media.
You don't understand. Every time you talk about that, my mouth is watering over here.
Yes.
And I have back-to-back meetings for about 4 hours. I cannot get to any kind of food for a while, but you're killing me here. Sorry, go ahead.
Yeah, that's okay. So we, a lot of it is organic and a lot of it is based on the search engine optimization that we use.
Are you using Helium 10 follow-up at all to
Yes, we do.
Automate the Amazon? That's a great, feature from Amazon, that request review. That I don't know when that came, like maybe 2 years ago or something. But,
yes.
But that's like super good. How about did you do it Vine on any of your newer products when you first launched?
We didn't do Vine. No. Okay. Most of the stuff we do is all pretty much all Helium 10.
Hey, that's music to my ears. I didn't realize you were a Helium 10 user.
Yes.
That's not a requirement to be on this show, but that's just an added bonus right there.
Yes,
okay.
Exactly.
I love it. Now, one thing that's super cool, I'm sure since you're using Helium 10, you probably have seen this at different weeks, but I think a really fun thing for any third-party seller, especially when they're, whether they're starting out or whether they've been in business for a few years, is like get some brand recognition out there. And your brand name, Lilies of Charleston, last week, the search volume, according to Helium 10, was 1,000. And then if you look at the, Amazon brand analytics, it was one of the top, like million keywords that was searched. So So you've got 1,000 people out there per month about who know your brand now, and they're going directly to Amazon to search for your brand. And I think that's cool too, because even if you started off of Amazon like you, if you have a kind of like, following out there, people might see your website, they might see your commercial or whatever. They want to go to Amazon to buy your product just because they trust Amazon and they want to get it within 2 days and stuff. And you can see there's 1,000 people a month doing that for your brand. So that's pretty cool. All right, back to Patricia now. Anything more that you haven't talked about the BBA program?
Yeah, Tracy kind of just touched upon this about, increasing discoverability of the Black-owned businesses within BBA is like utmost importance to us. So all year long, we have a dedicated storefront that is just focused on promoting different products from Black-owned businesses within BBA.
Well, let me see here. I'm on just Amazon.com, just the literally the landing page. Is that this up here on the top right? The shop Black-owned and popular brands?
Correct.
And there it is. Okay. All right. So then if you're in this program, you can get on this page that has a pretty prominent position there on the first page.
Correct. Yeah. And I think, something else that's like, new this year, and you touched a little bit upon it when you showed.
Wait a minute. Wait a minute. Look at that. I know this person. I'm just scrolling on here. Guys, I swear I never clicked on this until right now. I had no idea. I'm like, I recognize this person right here. Okay. I like it. I need to get your autograph now. You're on Amazon homepage. Look at this. Okay, sorry about that, but like,
oh, no.
That's on my bucket list. Trying to get on Amazon's homepage, a picture of me, but Tracy's got that, but not me.
Yeah, no, I mean, we're constantly looking for different discoverability opportunities for the Black-owned businesses that are within BBA. And one of the initiatives about increasing discoverability, and you touched a little bit upon this when you were going through Tracy's page, but this past year, we did launch, the Black-owned business badge, which really helps customers more easily discover, shop, and support Black-owned businesses that are selling in Amazon store. So it's really exciting, and this is just the beginning. We're constantly, like I said, listening to the businesses in our program, saying, hey, what do you need? What are, the challenges that you're facing? And then exploring different ways of how we can offer additional resources, benefits, and tools to really help them achieve their goals.
All right. So just, in case they missed that the first part, can you give that that page where people can get more information on this program again? Yeah,
definitely. If you're interested in learning more about the Black Business Accelerator, I encourage you to go to amazon.com/BBA. So amazon.com/BBA. There you'll get information about the program, the different benefits and resources that we offer, as well as there's a link at the top for you to complete an intake form saying that, hey, I'm interested in being part of this program. I want to learn more.
Now, Tracy, what's been your goals of selling online? Is this there's no right or wrong answer here. Everybody has their own reason for what they do. But is this like a hobby for you? Is it something that's like, hey, this is you want this to be your main income? This is something to supplement. This is something you're doing for kids' college fund. I mean, what was your inspiration to be selling on Amazon?
No, this is a full-time job. And our goal is really just, which Amazon's helped us achieve this, is to become nationwide. We want to be on everybody's table at dinner time. And so that's what we're working to achieve.
Your product, is this made in USA? Did you find a place to manufacture it here? Do you guys do it at one of your own facilities, or how do you produce your sauces and powders?
Yes, no, we have, it's all made in the U.S., and we have several manufacturers or co-packers is what they're known as, co-packers that some do our spices, some do our retail, others do like food service, and we're now just working with our popcorn manufacturer that's local here in Charleston.
More and more people, I think, are thinking about, hey, I want to find a U.S. manufacturer, especially if you're in the food business or grocery or supplements. made in USA is kind of like what you need to look at. So like how did you go about finding somebody who could do this for you?
Yeah, a lot of research and talking to your state, Department of Agriculture, Department of Commerce, because there's co-packers all over the country, but there are specialties that they do. And then there are some that work with only large quantities. So you really have to look for some that are going to do like a smaller batch, smaller quantities until you can ramp up. But a lot of
Okay.
it's kind of Googling and, talking to your state representatives to kind of help.
Now, putting you on the spot here, but something we do on this show, I'm not sure if you listen to other episodes, is we have a 30-second tip. We call it the either the SST or the TST. Sometimes people go longer than 30 seconds, so we got to take it to 60 seconds. That's why it's S sometimes. But is there something, it could be about, how you're running your business, how you use Helium 10, how you manufacture, how you do your R&D, about any possible thing you could think of, some kind of tip or strategy that you can give our listeners out there?
I think the best strategy I would say is to have like a compelling story. Like Patricia touched on this. When you're developing a product, you really want to have like, the best look and feel for your product. If and do your research. I can't stress enough how much time I spend in the grocery store just walking up and down the aisles, looking at packaging, looking at who's new, and looking at what flavors are coming out and what's on trend, and getting newsletters or e-blasts that kind of target my category and target other categories, just to see like, ooh, that's a good idea, we should do that for our product. It's a lot of research, I would say, and coming up with a strategy and a design, along with the compelling story. Because that's one of the things people say about our product. Oh, I love the story. And then we back it up with flavor.
Love it. All right. Last question for you. And I'm gonna give this one to Patricia in a second here. But as I said, on the podcast this year, like one of the things I focus on is like health, and I'm trying to get my health in order, but mental health and physical health. So number one, like what's your hobby or something you do to like take your mind off of e-commerce? This is your maybe full-time thing, but like what do you do when you want to like take a little mind break? And then number two, what kind of healthy habits do you, whether we're talking about physical health or mental health, like, do you go to the gym? Do you meditate? Whatever. So those two questions for you first, Tracy.
Okay. Ooh, that's a difficult one because, as an entrepreneur, you work 24/7, 365. So.
Which is exactly why I ask everybody this, because important people know
Right.
that you got to be able to pull away. So perfect. Go ahead.
So like my top hobby is probably try to catch some sleep. That's the first thing. And then the next thing is I really like movies. So I love to, when I get a few moments, probably late at night, is turn on the TV, kind of veg out and watch a really good movie.
I like it. Patricia, what about you? What's your hobby? And then what do you do to keep your physical or mental health up to par?
I think my hobby is I love exploring. So during the weekends, like one of the things that I love doing is either with my husband or with my friend, finding an area in Washington, D.C. that, I haven't had a really good chance to know. So it's almost like little adventures every weekend. And so that is something that's like a hobby for me. And then just for my mental health and overall health, I make sure that every morning I'm dedicating at least 45 minutes to myself. So either, doing cycling, going to a bar class, walking outside. But yeah, it's really about having that time to yourself. Because I think, once the workday, starts, it's really easy for you to lose yourself and continue to immerse yourself just like in the work. Like I said, I'm super lucky to work on Amazon's Black Business Accelerator. I'm so passionate about the work that we do every day. So it's really easy for me just to constantly be thinking about this 24/7. So making sure I have like a dedicated 45 minutes to myself is important for me.
I said it was the last question, but I have one more for Tracy, just because I'm wondering, like, do you ever just sit there and think about, over the last 5 years, all of the, hundreds or maybe thousands of units of your products? Oh yeah, definitely thousands that you have sold, and just like think like there's thousands of households in America right now, like maybe it's 7 o'clock at night, and they're literally using this product that I created to enhance their lives and enhance their flavor. Like, does that ever just like kind of like blow your mind, or you ever sit and think about that?
Oh yeah, all the time. I think, I'm always trying to figure out, okay, how can we get this into more people's hands? And when people come up to me and say, oh, I have your hot sauce in my refrigerator right now, that never gets old. I love to hear that, and how it's their favorite because it tastes so different. Yeah, so no, it never gets old. And that's something, like you said, keeps you up at night because you're trying to figure out, okay, how can we get more people?
Yep. All right, so guys, if you're not selling on Amazon yet, you want to have those kind of feelings, again, h10.me/Amazon start to get started. And if you're interested to find more information on the Black Business Accelerator program, go to amazon.com/BBA. Thank you guys so much for coming on here. Historic moment, like I said, Amazon coming on our podcast. I love it, love it. Thank you for doing that. And thank you, Tracy, for coming on here. And I wish you the best of success going forward with your brand. And I'm going to have to touch base with you offline to get some samples or something.
For sure.
Because I'm like kind of only eating chicken these days because of my health, and like it's too bland for me. So I need some spice in my life to cook. So I'm going to use some lilies of Charleston. All right, we'll see you guys later.